Coordinates are favorable for a spin up depth.
That's affirmative.
now on the chute troubleshooting.
Okay, I'm hanging here in the suit. I don't have the helmet on yet, but I do have everything else connected. Gloves are on.
Okay, good. Okay, the basic plan is, after we get Joe's EMU configured properly, we're going to depress the airlock to 9 psi and have you do some troubleshooting on the fan and see if we can get it to operate better in the lower pressure. That's the basic purpose of the thing.
Okay, that's pretty much what I had guessed, although I guessed you might be going to 5.
Okay, well, good try, and of course we would also hope as a side light that your pressure regulator would work better than it did last time, and one condition for this whole test is that it work as well as it did before.
Okay, I understand.
Okay, now I gave you the configuration for the EV2 suit over Guam. Do you need me to repeat that?
No, that's fairly simple. You want essentially the helmet and the lower torso out of here, and you want the LCVG connected. That's the main part of it with the purge valve open.
That's affirmative, and make sure you've got power to both suits.
Okay.
Okay, now, on page 3-2 of your EVA checklist, I'll go over the changes on that page.
Stand by 1. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, Bill, first of all, you can delete any reference to pre-breathing in column 2 and 3. Secondly, under IV1 procedures in column 3, you can delete the first 5 lines. Okay, then under airlock depress, obviously change the 5 to a 9, and following airlock depress valve closed, we want you to add O2 actuator press, then you can delete the rest of the page. Did you copy that, Bill?
Okay, Roy, did you copy me?
No, I didn't copy you. Did you get all those changes in column 3?
I'm reading them back. IV1, all of his stuff up there is scratched. And mid-page where it says AW82B, airlock depress valve 5, change 5 to a 9, and all other references are to 9 psi. And after airlock depress valve closed, O2 actuator press, and then delete the rest.
That's affirmative. Now, the rest of the procedure follows. After you have depressed the 9 psi, we want you to cycle the EMU2 fan switch off and then on, and check the current on the panel. It should read 2.5 amps nominally. If the current drops to a steady state of 1 amp, you will of course know that the fan has dropped off the line. If that happens, we want you to cycle the fan switch off and then back on again, and keep repeating the procedure for 30 minutes.
Okay, Roy, understand. I'm going to take the EMU2 fan from off to on when I get to 9 psi. I'm going to check the current should be around 2.5 at that point. 1 amp is the fan being off. If it's off, I will cycle it for 30 minutes, and if it's on, I leave it run for 15.
That's affirmative. all gone back to 3.6 on the PPO2 caution warning?
No, we haven't.
Okay, thank you. we have nothing for you.
Okay, we'll just keep standing by then.
Roger.
And Roy, we've left the suits locked up the way they were in the airlock. Go ahead.
Unix station on 3 for stowage.
Go ahead, Alex, with you on 3.
Yeah, so as predicted, 4257 is empty now. Do you want me to put that back in the empty CTB location, or do you want me to keep it in Columbus?
No, that's fine. You can put it back in the empty CTB pantry at your preference.
Good, that's good going.
Houston, 15 saying in your land.
Roger, that last comment was to give us Omni Charlie.
Roger, Charlie.
This is Houston.
Houston, 15, go ahead.
Your spacecraft rates are low enough now to spin up for PTC, but we'd like for you to verify first that all of your dumping